What's good, YouTube, and welcome to the house. A special announcement about today's live stream at 7 o'clock Central tonight on the House of Champs Yu-Gi-Oh channel, as well as Zodiac Duels TV on Twitch. We have $50 in store credit to give away to one random viewer. Don't have to donate at all, you just have to be there, enjoying your Friday night with some Yu-Gi-Oh in the background, and be ready to type in the Twitch chat the moment we say, hey, you got 5 minutes to type and we're gonna give it away, because that's how RNG works. I need some kind of activeness to actually enter you in the giveaway. Also, $50 additionally will be given to one random donor, not the top donor or person that gives the most. One random donor. Want to keep it completely fair, so if you're just trying to duel me or do something for the night, you have an additional chance at $50. So 100 total in store credit given away on tonight's live stream by Tier 0. They love the community that has come out of us and shown them what we can do when, you know, they buy it out. So it turns out they're not so salty about selling out of their Thunder Dragon cards, even if it was at lower prices. Let's go ahead and get into today's Market Watch. Some reprints you might not have known about. Gravekeeper's Recruiter has appeared in, I really want to call these structure decks, it's so tempting, but in the Speed Duel decks for Merrick. I guess that's how we call them. Gravekeeper's Recruiter here at around $10 for the freaking Ultra and around $7 to $8 for the Rare. Currently, it's gonna drop like a rock, I'm pretty sure. A lot of people are gonna want to try out Speed Duels. It's Duel Links in real life, and people are pretty excited for that. Remember, you can use Speed Duel cards in any other format, but you cannot max your rarity in Speed Duel. You gotta use the Speed Duel cards in Speed Duel format. So people wanting to play that are going to have to open up these decks and try at them, and this is the most costly card that we've seen in there so far. Also in the Speed Duel decks for Pegasus, I believe you get not just one, but two Toon Masked Sorcerers in his deck. So $4, around $4 plus, and then the Super also near $4. I'm sure the most affected one will be the common, despite being DB2, but just having an actually easily accessible version of this that we haven't had before, because everything has been relatively hard to get. Legendary Collection Yugi's World Rare. We've got Dark Beginnings 2 Common as its release, and Astral Pack 8 Supers. Finally, a widespread release of this card into the market. I expect to see a lot of these come on down, and then only one somewhat retain value or go up over time after this happens. Although, still, all rare versions, maybe they all could go back up over time. Let me know which one you guys think will do the best. Will it be the actual DB common, as DB tends to stay strong? Or do you think it'll be the Astral Pack 8 Super, you know, the leader of the pack? I don't think it'll be the rare, in my opinion. More reprints that aren't guaranteed. What do you mean not guaranteed, John? Well, here's Silver's card showing out the Zombie Horde structure deck list, and we don't always get the same cards as the OCG. Time and time again, we've had some missing, or we've gotten everything, and they're really darn nice. So seeing Anti-Spell Fragrance, Mask of Restrict, Metaverse, it's feeling pretty good overall. Shared Ride especially, ain't that nice, but oh, are we gonna be missing cards again, or are we going to actually get them, Konami? That's kind of the case. I'm hoping everything comes on through, so just keep that in mind with your Anti-Spell Fragrances. Now, Pendulums are still a deck floating around in the metagame, so plenty of people need them. Thus, they've maintained a decent price overall, with your budget-ish version being the Battles of Legends still holding strong towards $4+. So it could be coming, it could not. Kind of just weigh your options there when deciding if you're going to sell or keep these. I mean, still, you have a holographic version of it at worst if you do keep them and it does get reprinted. Looking over at Soul Fusion has me hecka concerned already. Prices are just rising and falling everywhere. Thunderbird has fallen like a rock. Trap Trick going on up. Dragon Roar and all the Thunder Dragon stuff is just flexing like crazy. And Danger Snake Noodle, we should have seen Sneck being worth money after all the memes. Memes do translate into money, but it's actually good. And Colossus at 80, are you freaking kidding me? You'll see random listings like this pop up, $75 or best offer, so they might take a little cheaper. Is it still there? Nope. During the time that I've been talking, this is how quick the market moves. Now there's a new listing at 79 or best offer, and then 81. Yeah, Oh boy. So people are really after this card. They just are. It's crazy how much people want to play Thunder Dragons and how much the Ultras are holding. If it weren't for short prints, I would almost say to go open sealed product right now. Being able to chase those Ultra Rares, chase a Colossus. It's so good, but look how far like Titan and other cards are starting to fall as this set becomes oddly, in a weird way, top heavy, like we haven't seen before, with Ultras kind of taking the mark alongside Colossus and Danger Noodle. It's interesting, isn't it? And I'm gonna fluff up Bird just a little here. I've said it before, I've really enjoyed decks that play this and Bigfoot with trade-in and go for rank 8s. I think there is untapped potential, but it might not be meta potential. So do keep an eye as this falls and maybe decide when to get yours, because you don't know if the next set of dangers might just bust this out in some way, shape, or form. We really don't know what Konami R&D has in plans for these cards. But Danger Noodle, a little cheaper here on eBay still, despite that 10% off yesterday. If you were looking in the community tab, you might have been able to save 10% off your entire order. Looking at Titan falling, ooh, let's see if that's still there. I uploaded all these tabs less than 30 minutes ago. $18, $20, pretty crazy stuff overall for Titan as well, being low as it is. I think a lot of people are playing 2 of these instead of just 3, but not being shorter printed as it would seem that Colossus is. I still don't have exact ratios for everybody that I'm comfortable putting out, but it seems that way. It's a pretty crazy price difference that you see Konami push into their products. I'm not a huge fan of it happening. Looking over and talking about Thunder Dragons, we do have Gym Knight Prismaru. What's happening with this card? Well, whenever you're using him, you're dumping Thunder-type monsters as well, and this did appear in the top cut of YCS Niagara, and I'm sure that we might see it moving forward into YCS London this weekend. So definitely a showdown more. A lot of us are speculating that it's going to be Thunder Dragons versus Sky Strikers at this event, as Summon Sorceress is not quite legal over there yet, causing a big shift in how their metagame is going to work. But people will definitely be more prepared for Thunder Dragons at this next event than they previously were. So pretty interesting to see a different Gym Knight besides, you know, Seraphonite, Garnet, Tourmaline, random stuff, you know, going on up and going crazy. Pretty interesting to see that happen. And speaking of Trap Trick here, I showed at the very beginning of my heckin' concerns with this set. Well, if we look at Trap Trick, it's pretty quickly rising. It has viability in both Altergeist and especially Paleozoic. Let's go ahead and look at some of what you can use it with. Of course, Infinite Impermanence, a $90 card out of deck. Go ahead and set it, and go ahead and get its negate effect across for other spell and traps. Pretty freaking good. Well, Heavy Storm Duster, thank you, Nim Nim. I actually brain pooled a few of these cards with other people. Heavy Storm Duster, a great target for it, able to take care of many decks, side decks, options, as well as natural things that they might have already had. And then my own personal pick here, Artifact Sanctum. With Lancia being a thing, I still think Scythe is superior should you go this route. Artifact Sanctum being grabbed from deck, so you're essentially running 6 of them, is pretty freaking good to stun with Scythe, especially when you know you're going first. I'd still also like Dimensional Barrier, which you can grab with this card as well, but Scythe is just something to mention, as many people have been thinking and brainstorming Artifact Lancia for Thunder Dragons. Well, why not just go Scythe and lock them out of their entire extra deck? Stuff the Link summons, stuff all the special summons from extra deck. But Lancia, pretty good to have running around if you need even more options in your side deck. Ooh, Legendary Duelist. I asked you a question a while ago. Where do you think the cards will go up or down from this set? And we do see a little bit down for Bingo Go since I last showed it. But the Photons are holding steady overall, and I think Photon Hand's relatively darn cheap. But our Orbital here is doing pretty darn good, and there have been a couple of eye-raising buyouts during this. Galaxy Expedition hanging around at $10 before it sharply rises, so 1 at market price here, and we see 1 near mint here at market price before it starts to rise as well. But Galaxy Wizard is kind of the talk of the town today, borrowing this from MCole40's Market Watch, and oh boy, 20 freaking dollars. The $18 one disappeared before the start of this Market Watch, and we see looking for near mint. This claims to be near mint, but I don't think anybody wants to buy one like this, despite this guy having more than 10 available. Maybe they should unwarp their cards and then list them. Not every person buying is going to, but hey, if you want a deal and you're experienced in unwarping cards, maybe you want to go ahead and go for this. I think it's still inflated for what it is, but definitely these two cards really great together. If you don't know what they do, Galaxy Wizard can increase its own level by 4 until the end of this turn, and you can also tribute this card to add any Galaxy card from your deck to your hand. So two relatively good effects when you use it in tandem with our Expedition. If you control level 5 or higher Photon or Galaxy monster, you special summon a level 5 or higher Photon or Galaxy monster from deck in face-up defense position. So hey, you raise the level, you get whatever you want, and you can either overlay or just tribute it on away. Pretty good 1-2 punch combo there, and it's basic though. It's not infiltrating the meta or anything currently, but I do think you should not underestimate Galaxies. It kind of has that feel, I don't want to say like Paleo, because Paleo was underestimated and then slammed down Fusion Sub-Zoo in its own format, but I don't think Galaxy Wizard's gonna be doing anything like that, but I could see it in some regional top cuts where other people previously dismissed this. So, thanks for watching today's Market Watch. Please do subscribe if you haven't already. Check out the $2 or higher tiers on Patreon if you want an exclusive Market Watch feed. You just can't get enough of Market Watch. And remember to join that live show tonight for a free chance at store credit. Watch some Yu-Gi-Oh! Hang back, toss back some drinks, and enjoy some Yu-Gi-Oh! Gameplay, as long as you're over 21 for those drinks. Know what I'm saying? Be responsible. But again, thanks for watching so much, and like the video if you enjoyed the conversation. You know, even if you disagree with things, if you enjoyed the conversation about the market, let me know what you think down in the comments section down below. I truly do want to hear what you have to say and enrich my own content. Thank you.